What's up, everybody? Welcome to Homegrown Habits. I'm Kyle.
And I'm Emily.
And today we're going to be making shelves. Sounds boring.
You're boring.
Ever since the day that you went away, you've been sending flowers to me.
Okay, so the truth is I'm actually really excited about making these shelves. This will be the first piece of furniture I've ever attempted, so.
And I'm really excited about these shelves because I've been asking for them for 4 years. But truthfully, I do.
3 or 4.
But I do want a couple for our house. But now we actually have to have a lot for our Montessori classroom.
Yeah, and we actually looked these same exact shelves up online, and the cheapest we could find was like $250 each. And so I bought 4 sheets of 4x8, 3/4 inch cabinet grade plywood, and we're gonna see how many shelves we can get out of those. Probably none.
I have complete faith in you, babe.
Is it okay if they wobble?
No. No.
So the shelves that we're looking at building are just basic Montessori activity shelves. They're made up of 3 shelf pieces, 2 sidewalls, and 2 kick plates. Typically you'll see this style of shelf with a back plate on it. We decided to go without that on our design, and if we want to in the future, we can just tack a board on the back.
We started by cutting each of the 3/4 inch plywood sheets into more manageable pieces using a finishing blade on our skill saw.
Next, we started cutting all the shelves, the sidewalls, and the kick plates to their finished widths. With the 4 sheets of plywood we had, we were able to get 18 shelf pieces, 12 sideboards, and 12 kick plates. And we even had a decent amount of material left over. Unfortunately, my miter saw wasn't quite big enough to cut some of these wide shelf pieces, so I had to go borrow one. Even then, I still had to build a table saw sled just to cut the sidewall pieces.
We decided to put a 1/4 inch radius on all the shelf pieces. Having a large router table makes pieces like this so much easier.
Since we're going to be making as many shelves as we can, we thought it'd be a good idea to build a jig for drilling the end holes on the shelves. I found a 3/4 inch piece of scrap aluminum, and that's ultimately what drove the size and the shape of our jig. To be completely honest, I was sort of winging this jig as I went, and I made quite a few mistakes along the way. The finished product ended up working out great. And again, I want to stress, if you're not making a lot of these, I wouldn't even bother making any jigs.
Once the shelf jig was done, we were able to make quick work of the insert holes.
I'm telling you.
Screw
it's going to
wax.
be so awful. That's what it's called.
So these threaded fasteners that we're going to be putting in the ends of the board, that I actually read online where it was a good idea to use screw wax.
I'm sorry. Okay, I cannot think while we're doing this. I've just got to think sad thoughts or something. It's really bad.
No, we're fine. It's not that funny.
Okay, it's not.
Okay, take a dip.
Alright.
I'm ready.
Alright.
Okay, so the threaded inserts we're going to be using on the ends of the shelves to screw in. Someone actually suggested using screw wax on the threads. It just helps them glide smoother whenever you're doing that.
But then we read on a forum where you can actually use some wood glue as a lubricant instead of the wax.
Yeah, and we've actually tried it out. It works a little better, especially for our application, just holds the inserts in place, so that's what we're doing instead of using the wax. And so now I don't know what I'm going to do with this screw wax. I wonder if it's like Burt's Bees.
Try it on yourself. Don't you dare! That's so gross. It's not like... I don't know what this is made out of. It doesn't even have an ingredients list.
It's like beeswax.
It's probably not like... Nope. Ain't happening. No.
These babies ain't chapping. The hardware we're going to be using to build these shelves is 1/4-20 furniture screws, 1/4-20 threaded inserts, and 1/4-inch dowel pins.
Getting these inserts started can be a little tricky sometimes, but after that they go in relatively easy.
The first sideboard we cut, we try to really take our time and get the radii as accurate as possible. Once that was done, we could just use a flush trim router bit to help shape the rest of them.
Just like the shelves, we decided it would be a good idea to make a template for the sideboards and kick plates. Fortunately, we had enough stock left over from the 4 sheets to make all of these.
Hold on.
What I love most about the templates is how easy they are for anyone to use.
Have we already did this one?
Nope, new one.
Where's I did?
It's already done. Once we finished drilling all the holes in a couple of these side panels, I wanted to go ahead and do a test fit just to see if everything was lining up correctly.
And he did it without me knowing while I was studying.
What is that?
It's a shelf.
Look at it. Hard to work.
Still got
Growing those edges.
yeah, gotta wrap those edges and then do a finish.
I want the turkey back on.
No. Hello.
The final step before finishing was to make sure I went over each and every piece with 220 grit sandpaper. The finish we decided to use on these shelves was just a brush-on satin lacquer.
A quick tip for anyone who hasn't used lacquer. Apparently, foam brushes aren't a good idea. Ours started falling apart and leaving little black specks of foam all over the pieces. So save yourself a headache and use bristle brushes from the start.
The final assembly is always the best part of any project. One tip though, if you put these together on the carpet, be careful about pinching the carpet when you screw the boards together. We managed to go 2 for 2. Okay, so what we were trying to do in this episode is build as many shelves as we could for the least amount of money.
And I think that we absolutely did that because we got 6 shelves out of 4 pieces of plywood and we only spent $320.
Yeah, $320, and keep in mind these shelves are $230 each online for this width, this height, this same exact type of shelf. That's the cheapest we could find. And so we saved over $1,000 by building these ourselves.
Which is incredible because we're going to need a lot more.
When you have a Montessori classroom, 6 shelves is not enough, we found out. So fortunately we have jigs, so that's going to help us build some more in the future. But we really enjoyed this project. We hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.